real season gets underway today for the Menlo Knights as the playoffs get started. CCS Division 4 playoffs to be exact, as the Menlo Knights travel to San Lorenzo Valley to take on the Cougars. We've got it for you here on CCSA alongside my partner Ray Calcagno. I'm Casey McGuire. Thanks for joining us from a wet and windy San Lorenzo Valley field. The weather is going to be a huge factor in the ball game today, but for the Menlo Knights, they have their high-powered offense ready to go, Ray, as the teams meet at midfield. Should be a good battle as number 3 hosts number 6.
Well, Casey, it should be a very good battle because San Lorenzo Valley also has a high-powered offense. I think they average about 36 points per game this season. They come in at 9-1. They're going to run a spread offense, which we've talked about and seen in previous games. Menlo will end up receiving the ball, though, I think. And so we'll see Menlo on offense first. A couple of things about the weather, Casey. I think contrary to what a lot of people think, rain does not bother a passing team, in my opinion. You know where you're going, you know your routes, you can make adjustments. It's usually the defense that has problems. The wind would be a bigger factor. Obviously, you can't adjust and throw the ball in a difficult wind or windy situation, but you can make those adjustments on a wet field. So I think Menlo should be just fine. And again, with the spread offense that the Cougars run, we'll see how each team adjusts defensively to what happens here.
San Lorenzo Valley coming in at 9-1 on their 2010 campaign. The Menlo Knights at 7-3, as the opening kick is a low bouncing kick that's scooped up at the 21-yard line by Philip Anderson. Phillips got it to the near side, trying to turn the corner, throws a stiff arm. A couple of face masks exchanged, and a flag comes in. So we'll see which way these face mask penalties go.
Well, it looked like one on each, the offense and the defense. They should probably nullify one another, but one of the things you need to be concerned about is where you're playing. And so sometimes the calls can go against you. Anyhow, it's a squib kick. Phillip picks it up. He goes ahead and makes one man miss here, tries to get the outside. The Cougars make a good contain there. And then, as we said, it looked like certainly a face mask, if not two. But that call goes against Menlo, so they're going to start backed up near their own goal.
Senior quarterback Robert Wickers under center for 1st and 10 for the Knights from the 25, and Wickers immediately under a lot of pressure, throws on the run, and it's grabbed by Jordan Williams at the 40. Makes a couple people miss, still on his feet, and he dives past midfield. So Menlo, a big play on their 1st and 10 from the 25. They've got it already into the Cougar territory.
Robert does a nice job here. He gets outside the contain. It looks like about a 4-man rush, and there's a nice catch here. Jordan leaps to catch that ball, finds some open space, makes another person miss. That's when he is, as dangerous as can be, when he's got a little bit of field, a little bit of open space to run it. So nice play by Jordan Williams.
Shotgun for the Knights with 4 receivers. Wickers looking left, now throwing left, and that is incomplete. He threw it, a beautifully thrown ball in between triple coverage there, but it slipped through the hands of the intended receiver, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Again, a 4-man rush, looks like zone coverage there, and Phillip goes high to catch that one, but couldn't bring it down. Again, it's 1st down. They've got at least 2 more opportunities to go ahead and convert. Looks like a blitz here.
And they hand it off right up the middle to Bo Nichols, and the senior running back's fighting for some yardage. And he's got about 5 on that 2nd down carry. First carry for Bo today.
And that was a blitz. You saw at least 6 men coming. That's a 2nd down. They only rushed 4 on the 1st down. Looked like they were coming with 6 on the 2nd down. 3rd and about 4.
3 receivers near side. They give it to Nichols on 3rd down. The Bo goes into the pile. It's going to be 4th down. Situation here where Menlo might go for it on 4th and a couple yards, as it's going to be 4th and about 2.
And I think your thinking here would be, do we want to go ahead and place them in they're going to go for it, place them on a long field, or do you want to go for it? It looks like they may go.
Bunch of receivers, 4 to the near side, and a flag comes in.
Might be too much time. Okay, I guess just by alignment they had too many people who moved off sides.
And now more movement on the offensive line for Menlo, so they're going backwards here. Moving into a situation where they might punt it, and they now will as they line up in punt formation. Kick it away. So Menlo, a couple penalties push them backwards, And they kick it away to San Lorenzo
Careful,
Valley.
he's outside.
And he's got room to the outside, turning it upfield. Nice tackle by Philip Anderson on the run. But James Connolly with an impressive return for the Cougars.
Well, what happens on this, Casey, is Menlo has pretty good coverage inside, but the ball gets outside. And they go ahead and probably advance it about another 15 to 20 yards because Menlo did not go ahead and contain. We'll get a chance to see this Cougar high-powered offense out of the spread, and we'll see how they run it and how Menlo chooses to defend it.
They'll hand it off to the man in motion on first down. Williams goes for the tackle, misses to the outside, and a good run on first down for the Cougars.
So this is kind of fly action this is slightly different than what Hillsdale or some of the other spread offenses run, but that was a straight give, and it would be going wide with the ball.
You see the rain now starting to come in waves here early on in this one, so it seems like it's going to be a little hit and miss all day long. As that pass is incomplete. Tim Benton, the nearest Knight, in coverage.
Well, this is a second down and short, so they go ahead and go for it. It looks like there was a flag down on that one as well, Casey, so I think they're going to end up backing up the Cougars' hold on that play.
It will be second down now, 14 yards for San Lorenzo Valley. They'll pitch it on second and long. Cutting back against the grain. Good defense that time for Menlo as they stopped the progression to the direction the play was intended to run, Ray, and got the cutback also.
Yes, they did, and that, again, a quick pitch. You may have a pass off of that or something, but Menlo was ready to go ahead and defend it and looked very good in their position. So it's a passing situation here.
They'll air it out. That one is floated downfield. It's going to come up short, as situation there might have been a slippery football as it came out wobbly, and it's going to be fourth and long.
You know, Casey, we noticed a couple of different jerseys in there, numbers rather, and I think you're going to see some sophomores playing today, and I think Mark Hardy was out there at a linebacker position.
So San Lorenzo will punt it away. Two high-powered offenses both punt on their first offensive possession as Jordan Williams has the return. Flag you saw flying in at the bottom of the screen. We will await the official's call.
Well, where the flag is thrown, I think it may be against Menlo, unfortunately, but we'll see. It's actually post, so it's a hold there. So Menlo goes ahead and holds 3, has them punt the ball. Cougars kick it downfield. Jordan again has some room and space here, makes what looks like a pretty good return, and then a flag way off on the side. So it's going to be back up Menlo again.
First and 10, same starting spot on the field as their first possession at the 25. Here's Jordan Williams on a sweep to the outside, making a couple people miss. And just as it was on first and 10 from the 25 on their first possession, Jordan Williams picks up a big chunk of yardage, and he's got it into San Lorenzo Valley territory.
Well, that was that counter, the fly counter and wingback trap, if you want. Jordan makes a nice run, gets way down the field, and it gives Menlo excellent field position.
Shotgun for the Knights. Pass across the middle of the field. He's got Tim Benton in stride. Makes a man miss. Huge block by Philip Anderson on the far side of the field. And Menlo's got it first and 10 at the 11-yard line. And a player down for San Lorenzo, as I can't blame him. Flag comes in here, it looks like. And I think some extracurriculars after the block, and the officials trying to break it up. It looked like a pretty clean block in the course of the action of the play there, Ray, but the impact was high.
It definitely was. It's a good throw. Tim comes across the middle, makes the catch, then makes the safety miss. Now, into your screen right now, you can see a good block there, and it was a legal block. So Anderson does a nice job. They make a good yardage, and they're in scoring position right now.
First and 10, ball at the 11. They give it to Bo Nichols. Bo spins off a couple people down to the 5-yard line.
Now, that was a straight-ahead block, and Bo avoids that first linebacker who slips in and tries to make the tackle, but pick up good yardage. That's about a 5-yard gain, so call it. They can still make a first down, by the way, Casey.
Nichols again to the 1-yard line this time.
And that shouldn't be enough for the first, so it should be first and goal at the 1. That was just the same play to the left rather than the right, again, straight ahead blocking.
Ball spotted at the 1. Play action, Wickers rolling. throwing on the run. That is caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Tim Benton with an amazing catch behind his body, or behind, the pass was behind where Tim was moving, and it's a touchdown for the Knights regardless. An excellent catch.
Well, great adjustment, and I might mention that Wickers does a nice job getting outside as well on that play-action fake. So Menlo scores first. Let's see if they can go ahead and be successful.
Well, that ball is going to be blocked, as you saw a little bit of a stutter step by Kamyar Butt. The point after attempt is going to be no good for Menlo.
And this is where the wet ball may affect people on extra points and in the kick game. You can see that the ball is mishandled on the snap, which doesn't allow them to go ahead and get the extra point.
Mishandled or not, there's also an untouched San Lorenzo
Yes,
Valley player streaming right for the ball, so that would have been tough regardless, as that kick goes into the end zone.
Well, that's great, because now Menlo has says, okay, if you want to try and score, you got to go 80 yards on this. So nice job there on the kickoff. Just gets into the end zone, but that's all you need to do is cross the line.
Handed off on 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Run to the near side for Lloyd Johnson.
And that was the same play we saw the first play of the game from their first offensive play, only this time it goes to their right. The previous play went to the left, but they made good yardage, usually about 8 or 9 yards on that sweep.
Shotgun now for the Cougars on 2nd down. Passing out to the far side. That's going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Philip Anderson on that play. And it's going to be 3rd down again here for San Lorenzo.
And as they did before, on 2nd and short, they threw it. This time they didn't get the holding penalty. So 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2.
Quick 3-step drop, pass out is going to be incomplete. Intended for Luke Roberts, and you can kind of hear in the residual crowd noise a little bit of murmurs, not liking how things have started here on the home side of this field for San Lorenzo, as they'll go 3 and out again and kick it away to the Knights. Go out of bounds, depending on the spot. Either way, it's going to be good field position for Menlo.
Very good. I think they'll have, about 55 yards or less to go to get another score. Wingback trap again.
Just under 4 minutes to go, opening quarter. Williams again to the outside. Jordan pushes downfield, and he's got another 1st down. So 3 consecutive plays to start the drive for Jordan Williams. He's gotten big chunks on each one. Each one has moved the chains.
Well, that was designed to go inside, I believe, because the guard was pulling and trapping, but Jordan, and maybe because of the defense, Jordan bounces it outside and makes a very nice gain. So Menlo is again threatening here. They got an offsides there.
That'll back him up. So movement on the offensive line for the Knights. 1st and 15. Wickers, pressure's coming big time. He's going down. Well, not much time there for Robert Wickers.
Well, they ran a blitz. You see it's picked up in the inside, but it's a free rush by the man on the outside. He's the one that goes ahead and makes the sack. So long yardage here on 2nd down.
Pass out right now. That's caught in stride. Moving down the far side of the field. That's number 23, Chris Reed for Menlo, as Chris with a huge catch and run after the catch. A 1st down for the Knights.
Well, that was man coverage. Wickers looks off to the left and then comes back to the right. Sees Chris here, throws the ball, makes a nice catch, and then a great run after it, brings up a 1st down.
So just when San Lorenzo thought they might be picking up some momentum defensively, Menlo with a huge play, and now Jordan Williams dancing to the end zone for a touchdown.
Nice.
So Menlo had it 2nd and 25, and 2 plays later, they're in for their score.
And that, again, is the wingback trap, a little counter. I think that, this misdirection certainly has the Cougars back on their heels. Nice job by Jordan getting the ball, cutting back to the inside, and then putting the ball over the goal line for the touch. So nice play. We'll see. I think they should be going for 2, as they will.
They will attempt it. Wickers with the shotgun formation and movement. A lot of flags so far in this 1st round playoff game. Menlo hadn't won a playoff game in their history until last season when they went to the championship, defeating Greenfield in their opening round. They hosted last year, defeated Greenfield, and then beat Sacred Heart Prep. This year they travel to San Lorenzo Valley, and it's going well so far.
And that was against San Lorenzo, so it's a little bit closer now. See if they want to run their different formation, and they do run it.
Give it to Bo Nichols, and he is to the outside and in for a touchdown. Or excuse me, in for the 2-point conversion. And Menlo extends the lead to 14-0.
Well, Casey, I think that penalty was a big one because they were originally going to go, it looked like out of the pistol, shotgun, and it looked like it was going to be a pass play. Instead, half the distance, they go ahead and go with a run, and now they are successful with that 2-point play.
So San Lorenzo all of a sudden here, Ray, might feel a little shell-shocked as it's 14-0 all of a sudden.
Well, they're not used to that, I don't believe.
And they're definitely not used to not being able to move the football as they've struggled so far in this first quarter.
This is a good deep kick. It does not go in the end zone, but they have great coverage. So, again, they're going to force the Cougars to go a long ways. And this Menlo defense has played, I don't want to say spectacular, but they certainly haven't given up anything on the first 6 or 7 plays.
And in motion for the Cougars, and it's a reverse handoff, and there's room to the outside. And a big run here for San Lorenzo Valley. Menlo has a couple players in pursuit. It's going to be tough to catch them all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. As Johnny Cooper, a huge run for San Lorenzo, and they are back into this game.
Well, as soon as I mentioned the fact that the defense had played so well, that was a little misdirection. That's a it's a sweep one way and then a handoff back. And so it's a reverse that goes the distance, and well, it's going to certainly make a game out of it. Just like that, Menlo scores, and the Cougars come back. But the extra point, it is good.
Sort of a slow motion extra point there, but it is nonetheless successful. And it is a 7-point game again as San Lorenzo responds quickly. And Menlo is usually the team who can respond offensively in a quick fashion, but this time it's the Cougars who get it back to within a touchdown.
And one play is pretty fast.
Yeah, you can't get much faster than that unless you're returning the kick.
Right.
As Williams returns this one for Menlo past the 35, flag comes in, actually thrown right into the pile. And when that flag came in, it's an unfortunate time for a block in the back as Jordan was already well within the grasp of
he was corralled by a number of Cougars here, so I don't know where the block in the back is, but the officials saw it. So
intriguing. It'll be 1st and 10 again from the 25. That's a crazy anomaly right there.
Okay, blitz coming. It's a screen. Oh no.
Pass to the near side is incomplete. Good coverage downfield by San Lorenzo Valley as Menlo tried to get it to Tommy Ford.
Well, this I like what Menlo's doing here. They're going ahead and going outside. They're bringing Robert outside, kind of on half rolls or sprint outs, and that eliminates half of the pass or half the pass rush.
Give it to Bo Nichols. Bo shoots up the gap, and he's got a lot of room. Cuts to the near side to the 45, and out of bounds at midfield.
Well, this is again we know that Menlo likes to run a draw just to keep the defense honest. This is a great play. And Bo makes, just puts a man, fakes him right out of his shoes in a sense, and goes all the way down to the about midfield. Nice play, 1st down, and that'll keep that defense honest.
So the Knights back at it offensively right after the score. Pass across the middle is incomplete over the head of Philip Anderson.
Well, again, on a 1st down play, and that ball, I think at times it's going to be slippery and wet, both for quarterback and receiver, but they've got 2 more downs at least to go ahead and make it work.
Pass is complete to Jordan Williams, but he caught it on the turf, so it'll be down right where he caught the football.
Well, that's the hot read, and obviously if he were able to catch it and keep his feet, he'd have made more yardage. There's another blitz.
Pass over the middle to Williams again, and this time he's got a 1st down and a little bit more inside the 35 down to the 32 as the time winds down here in this opening quarter. That might be the final play of this opening quarter.
It looks like, I think it is, Casey, but Robert does a good job of reading the blitz. That was the middle linebacker that hit it, and then Jordan looks to the inside. So they go ahead and respond as they should when they see that. That's kind of a hot read we've talked about before. And again, 1st down, so they're ready to roll here.
Wickers with a shovel pass to Jordan Williams. And Williams inside the 25 down to the 20-yard line.
It looks like he has two options on it. There's a back going out and then Jordan underneath. So they go with the shovel pass, and he makes good yardage. So Menlo is kind of clicking here. Looks like the defense is back on their heels.
Give it to Bo. Down inside the 15. He fumbles the football. San Lorenzo on the field is indicating that they have it. Nichols is still down, and they do. San Lorenzo has recovered the fumble, and now the momentum is squarely on the shoulders of the Cougars as they stop the Knights on defense.
Well, they didn't really stop him. It was the turnover that got him the ball. Menlo was moving the ball driving down for an apparent score, but had this turnover. So let's see if the defense can stop him here as they did earlier. Looks like a blitz here.
Menlo backs off a blitz, and they hand it off on first down. Decent amount of running room that time for Nick Lippard.
Well, he ran right out of a tackle. So as you mentioned, they looked like they had a blitz, and then they called it off. So we'll see, if Menlo can go ahead and stop him here, that would be great, and they have good field position.
I formation for San Lorenzo. Play action. Pass out right is complete. Picks up about 8 on the play. Good tackle by Dylan Mayer on the far side of the field. So San Lorenzo trying to hit a groove offensively. They had the one big play for the touchdown. Haven't really had a sustained drive as of yet.
And they're mixing it up. They went from the T, and now they're going back to the T. This is kind of an I formation. Pick up the first.
First down and a little bit more. Past the 40 to the 44-yard line.
Now this is primarily a running offense now, and they've run the ball and then had the play action passes off of it. So they've gotten away from the spread. Looks like they're going to go ahead and kind of try to power it.
Good tackle that time on the run up the middle. Nate Rosenblum got in there.
Well, this is mostly inside running, so Menlo goes ahead and matches them, and causes a second and long. So that's good defense there. Cougars call a timeout.
I'm going to steal one of your terms. Nate shed the blocker on that one. I learned that one from you.
Well, that's what you need to do as a defensive player. Use your hands, get rid of the blockers, make the tackle. Reverse fake it.
Fake the reverse, and that's going nowhere.
That's a big
I don't know about that one.
Well, the referees are talking about it, so we'll see if they were talked into or out of it. They're talking. So it's either going to be a 5 or 15, so it brings up second and short.
Second and a yard. Pass to the far side. That's complete. First down and a little more for the Cougars, down to the 40. And you can hear the crowd on the near side is getting into this one as San Lorenzo is driving downfield here, looking to tie this one up.
Well, that was, again, a play-action pass. They're going to, a second and short. They're looking for the deep play. It's not there, so they come off and throw it underneath. They pick up the first down. I formation again.
Hand it off to Lippert, and he picks up a yard or two.
Well, I think they've decided to go with run. Again, the weather may be a factor. They may have felt that Menlo was defending them in their spread, so they changed around the offensive formation.
Pitch it this time, and a big tackle put on there. I believe that was Nate Rosenblum again, and it was. So Nate's having a nice first half.
Well, what's a nice play here, aside from the good tackle, is it's a toss, and they want to try and get outside. Menlo has that outside covered. They turn them back inside, and that's usually what will happen. The pursuit will get there. So they call another timeout. This is their second timeout by the Cougars.
So it's third down and 14. Actually, I believe they got a delay of game on that one there before the timeout was called. They'll throw it downfield, and that's incomplete through the hands of a couple Menlo Knight defensive backs on that play.
Almost intercepted, so I can see Wiley Osborne back there making this play. Almost intercepting it, but good coverage nonetheless. So.
Wiley, another player brought up from the Froschsoft team, the undefeated Froschsoft team at Menlo this year. Congratulations to them. They had a very impressive season as that punt will bounce into the end zone.
It almost pinned Menlo back at the, inside the 5. So
you see the rain coming down pretty hard at the moment. They do have the field turf out there on this field at San Lorenzo, so you don't get the turf tore up as much as you get puddles that start to form on top of the surface. The little black pellets, I'm told, will start to float out there, which is quite a sight to see on a football field.
Well, this is a kind of the draw. Well, it wasn't a draw. It was just a straight-ahead play. Jordan gets the ball, and this time the Cougars are successful in defending that play. It's been a pretty good play for Menlo thus far.
2nd down and 12. Wickers will roll and now stop and throw across his body to Tim Benton, who's got the catch in stride. He's making a couple people miss as Tim Benton has it turned upfield, and now he turns on the speed to the 20, to the 10, down inside the 5-yard line for Tim Benton on a pass play that looked to gain about 10 or 15 yards. He turns it huge downfield. Menlo's got it 1st and goal.
Well, there's another great block out here, not as it was by by Philip Anderson. He actually blocks one man. He falls into the other pursuing defender, and that's why they're able to make such a long gainer out of it.
Give it to Jordan Williams. He keeps his balance and turns into the end zone for a touchdown.
Now that was a very, very nice run because it looked like he was maybe going to end up with a loss, and so that was a super play.
2nd touchdown of the game for Jordan Williams. And Menlo takes 2 plays to go down 80 yards and extends the lead to 21-0. Excuse me, 21-7.
Well, the extra point is always important here and on a wet surface and field, and the kick game. So nice job by Menlo, not only with the touchdown, but converting that extra point. And now again, a deep kick. Good coverage, I hope for.
Menlo's down there quickly. Ball comes loose, and fortunately for the Cougars, it bounces right into a teammate's hands. And they will start 1st and 10.
Well, that's, again, the special teams can play a big part in most games where the weather is, difficult to deal with. And you can see that good tackle here, strip, and then the Cougars end up falling on the ball, so they can retain possession, but will need to go a long ways here.
Ryan Stasny got down there on the kick coverage and jarred that ball loose. As Menlo takes a timeout, it looked like they had quite a few players out there that might not have had the correct formation, and took a timeout to save the penalty. It's going to be 1st and 10. 5 minutes to go here, 1st half, as a collision between a couple San Lorenzo players and a couple Menlo Knights.
Well, Jordan Williams does a nice job. We talked about him on offense, but he does a nice job here coming up and turning the play back in. He may not have been responsible for the tackle, but that's what his job was. That's what he needed to do. Here's a quick pass.
Down the middle of the field, that's caught. Great catch on the run by Nick Gorman, as that ball was floating a little bit downfield, and it fell right into Nick's hands.
Well, that was a spin move by the quarterback, which was interesting and placed perfectly in between 2 defensive men and right to his receiver. So nice play by the Cougars.
So San Lorenzo now trying to respond. He did have the corner, but Dylan Mayer got over there and took him down.
Closed in a hurry. So that's the sweep that they've been running. They've been very successful, and it looked like that was going to be another good play, and it turned out to be a negative yardage play.
2nd down and 11. Play action pass down the middle of the field again, actually more towards the far side of the field. San Lorenzo looking for some contact, maybe a penalty. No flag.
I think that the rain has